speak to David Mencer, who is a spokesperson for the Israeli government. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Asma.
Obviously, no one wants things to escalate more than they already are. Many people will talk about Israel's right to defend itself, but America is urging you to show restraint. It's a difficult moment, really.
Yes, it is indeed a difficult moment. Hezbollah, they're a subsection of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. In a sense, it's wrong to just focus on Hamas and Hezbollah because really they're being directed by Iran. That's our enemy, and it's the enemy of the UK as well. We're facing this enemy. They did a terrible thing, killing these 12 young people just simply playing football on a Saturday afternoon on a football pitch. Shocking carnage. We've got a duty to defend our people, and that's exactly what we'll do.
What might that mean, though, in terms of your focus? I mean, your focus has very much obviously been on Hamas in Gaza. Are you able to concentrate resources on potentially fighting a war on two fronts?
I tell you, Asma, we know that we're fighting a war on 7 fronts by Iranian proxies. It's not just in Gaza and on our Lebanese border, but also with Iran's proxies in Syria, also in Yemen, also from the Houthis, also on the Red Sea, also from Iraq as well. So, this is a tough neighborhood to live in, which means that we've had to develop a very robust defensive system. We've got a duty to defend our people. That's what Britain would do. That's what America would do. And defend them we will. We know that the culprits really are Iran, as I mentioned, Hezbollah. They're an adjunct, they're a unit, a physical unit of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, and they will be defeated. The word we've got here in Israel is victory. We're not after understanding from the Western community or even their sympathy. We're after victory. And victory for us means pushing Hezbollah back behind the Litani River, which is what it says in UN resolutions 1501 and 1559 and 1701. We will do it one way or another, diplomatically or through military means. We will do it.
Okay. Now, David, you're absolutely right to talk about and to mourn the lives of these 12 children and teenagers who were killed in this airstrike, as you say, innocently playing football. But there are many people who will draw a parallel, and I know you won't agree, with the young people, the children, the thousands of children who have died as a result of the action that you have had to take, or say you've had to take to defend Israel in Gaza. Many, many thousands of children, even younger than these poor young people who have died.
So the way that Hamas has fought its war has been deliberately to maximize civilian casualties. That's been their tactic from the beginning. They've worked out, these Iranians, they've worked out how to fight with Israel. They won't beat us on the battlefield. They won't beat us with tank columns. They'll beat us on the war, on the media. That's the only place which they're having success. Now, those figures you talk about are Hamas figures. We would counter those figures because we know that we have targeted our battle against the Hamas terrorists, and we've killed many of them. We've always tried to move civilians out of harm's way. We believe we've got the lowest ratio in any conflict ever in the history of mankind when it comes to this type of urban warfare. But we're not going to stop here. We're going to carry on till the job is done in Gaza. We want to get back our 115 hostages. We're going to make sure that Hamas can no longer be a threat to us, and of course destroy their military and governing capabilities.
But okay, and of course you can dispute the figures, and that is your right, and people from your department, government, always do that when they come on. That is fine, but you will accept the point I suppose I was making was that innocent children, children, babies, 5-year-olds, 10-year-olds, have died. A number of them, a large number of them, have died in Gaza.
So listen to me, Asma. This is an important point which most of the media don't quite get. Hamas are not upset that Gazan children have died in this conflict.
But are you? But are you?
They're only upset, of course.
Okay.
What sort of question is that, Asma?
Well, I'm just checking.
They're only upset that 10 times more haven't died. They're not upset about, Hamas are not upset about destruction to civilian infrastructure in Gaza. They only wish there was more 10 times more civilian infrastructure which has been damaged. So that's the way they've decided to fight against us. It's not going to work. It's not going to work for them. We are freeing Gazans from Hamas. We're going to rid their strip from this terrorist organization to give Gazans, not just for Israelis, of course we deserve a better future, but Gazans deserve a better future as well. Okay. And we'll give that to them without Hamas in power.
I want to ask you one other question, if I may. Britain, obviously we've had a change in government here, and the United Kingdom say that its legal stance on the war in Gaza is changing. For example, they're not going to challenge the right of the ICC to seek an arrest warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu. And we're expecting an update on Tuesday, which could even include a ban on arms sales to Israel. What do you make of these changes?
Well, there's lots of points in there. Look, we feel that Britain is an ally in this war against Iran, which we're fighting. We believe that we're fighting on the front line of this war against Iran, but they're Britain's enemy as well. They call us the small Satan. They call the UK and the US the great Satan. So we're on the front line of this battle. Look, I think if Britain goes down this road, first things first, on the arms issue, these are minuscule amounts of components. This is basically of irrelevance to our battle, to our defensive battle against these terrorists. And in terms of other actions, well, that's up to the British government, and we'll judge each case on its merits. But I will say that, we've learned in the past that appeasement doesn't work. Trying to appease the Hamas sympathizers will not work for any government. These sorts of terrorists need to be stood up to. We're on the front line of it, and we are going to be successful.
Okay, David, thank you for talking to us.